So welcome to our cleansing call. So this is Sunrider and cleansing and dandelion root since it's springtime, and we all are in the mood to do spring cleaning for our houses and for our bodies. And Trudy, I just want to introduce Trudy, who's my co-host. So hi, Trudy.
Hi, Diana. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our call.
That's awesome. So how I got started with Sunrider was 21 years ago with Trudy. And Trudy came back from the edge of nowhere with her wonderful Sunrider products. We both worked at the hospital. And Trudy had been gone for a couple of years because of health challenges. And when she came, well, we would see her coming into the lab and she did not look very good. And then all of a sudden she was back at work. And so of course everybody wanted to know what happened. And she shared the Sunrider products. At first I was not that interested because I didn't have huge health challenges, but I had a lot of mood swings. Trudy will disagree with you, but I had a lot of mood swings, and I was waking up in the morning and I have very achy hips, and I was almost 50 then. And so I'm 70 now, and I'm so grateful for Sunrider because I know so many of my friends are having hip replacements, knee replacements, and all of that, and it's so unnecessary if you can have this amazing food. And so Trudy did introduce me to it, and I got off 8 cups of coffee a day with my Calli, so you can imagine how much cleansing I needed, and it did help. It was a gentle cleanse, and I was able to get off the coffee with no withdrawal, with no headaches, and which I had frequently gotten when I ever tried to get off the coffee. So that was just one of my major benefits, and I'm forever grateful to Trudy for introducing it to me. Trudy, tell your story.
Well, like Diana said, we worked together at the hospital, and I ended up getting a lot of health challenges, some very, very serious ones, and I was off work. I'd been on disability for a couple of years. And my good friend Karen introduced me to the Sunrider foods, and she had to talk really loud because honestly and truly, I had already tried everything I could think of to get healthy. Lots of tens of thousands of dollars probably just spent on, different health practitioners and different avenues of health and not making any progress. And so Karen actually approached me 3 times. And the third time, you have to be a good friend to have someone do this. But she said, Trudy, you're dying anyway. What have you got to lose? And I was so shocked. And the thing is, I was shocked, but I knew it was true. And so I said, okay, give me some of that stuff. And she did. She gave me a package of New Plus, and she gave me a package of Fortune Delight, and she gave me a package of Calli. And no instructions. Mind you, she did tell me what to do with it, but I was sick. I didn't remember what she said. So I made Calli into 1 cup because what else would you do with it, right? It's a tea bag. And halfway through that cup, I started to really understand what cleansing was all about because I was drinking it too strong. And my body took it in and said, thank you so much. And it started to dump toxins. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about what happens. But anyway, to make a longer story short, I just stuck with it. I called her. She said I drank it too strong to make it weak. It's like 1 tea bag into a whole pot, or 1 package of Fortune Delight into a whole coffee maker full, like 10 flat cups of water. And I started making it like that, and I drank that every day. And I ate the New Plus every day, and I ate the Quinary every day. And it was amazing. My body started to repair itself. It started to do the regeneration work because it had the right tools to do it with. So I got well, and I went back to work. And that's where I started dumping on Diana, who wasn't interested. And so I have to tell you a little bit. She said, I'm really healthy already. And I have to admit, Diana had studied naturopath. You were a naturopathic doctor.
Yes, I got
your certification. You got your certification, but you never pursued it.
Yes.
And she really did have a lot of knowledge, but she was not doing very well health-wise. She thought she was doing well as she's sucking back the coffee and eating chocolate bars.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started sharing with the other people around me, and Diana's pretty competitive. And she said, well, I don't want them to get it if I don't have it. So she started having it.
I know I was almost trying to prove that it wouldn't work for me, that I didn't need it. But I definitely, the new plus, the next day, one new plus, and the next day I didn't wake up with achy hips. So that was pretty dramatic for me too.
Yeah. That's probably because you didn't have the chocolate bar in the evening. You just had New Plus instead.
Yeah, I think that might have helped. So, yeah, with all my knowledge as a naturopath, I was still having my occasional chocolate bar, and I was having Diet Pepsi, which I knew was deadly, but I would have it, and the coffee, which I already knew was not healthy for me, and I was having terrible digestive problems and insomnia and lots of things, but compared to a lot of other 49-year-olds, I was pretty healthy. So because I did eat lots of veggies and, practiced a lot of health modalities, but definitely nothing touched what I felt once I really got on the program of New Plus, Calli, Fortune Delight, and Quinery. And, those are still to this day the backbone of my whole Sunrider program.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so Trudy, if you'd like to start on the path to regeneration, or the steps to regeneration, and what we can expect with cleansing, or what you were the one that told me that you had just done a cleansing seminar for your local group, and when we talked on the phone, both Trudy and I had already started on dandelion root. Now, I very rarely use dandelion root. There we are, both of us. So for me, it strengthens your liver, and I always have liver things going on. So I started, and one day I had 3 capsules. I didn't really notice a difference. The next day I had 3 capsules, and my nose started running, and it just ran. I went through half a box of Kleenexes in the next the next few hours, and then it stopped, just all of a sudden. And so that was part of my spring cleansing. And, so I'm still taking 3 capsules a day right now. And this isn't something I do year round, because we do have, of course, our Calli and our Fortune Delight. And those are like inside showers every single day. So we're always cleansing gently. And this just gives more of a boost to your liver and other major organs. And it's perfect for the spring.
The thing that I really enjoy about the dandelion root is I'm very, very conservative when I start something new. And I do have this every spring because it goes in and really helps you to, just like we clean our houses and take all the garbage out and get the fresh air circulating through our house, we need to do the same with our body. And this really helps to nourish the liver, not force the liver to cleanse, but to nourish the liver so that it can clean out toxins. And the other thing that I love about it, it's very mild. It's like a very gentle, natural antibiotic for the body. Very, very mild. Really promotes urination. So I start with 1. Diana starts with 3, you notice. So I think that you can eat what you want of it. But I do think on the bottle it does say, I don't know what the recommendations are on here. I think that it's food, so you can eat what you want. But I do think that the recommendations are, it's usually take 4 capsules 3 times a day, it says on here. So you can eat a lot of it. Mm-hmm. I find 1 was enough. The stronger urine, I noticed that right away. A stronger odor and a stronger color. And I drink a lot of Fortune Delight and Calli. So normally my urine just has not really any color at all. But I did notice that, and so did my husband. The thing that we really thought was absolutely fantastic this year, which was something new with the dandelion root, is our body decided that it should exfoliate. And literally, we got a whole new layer of skin. About a week after we started on the dandelion root, we both started shedding old dead skin like nothing I have ever seen. It was like an alligator getting a new skin or something. I've never experienced anything like that before. We've both felt incredible, lots and lots of energy and well-being. And, you know, when your liver is really healthy, then another great big huge cleansing organ on your body is your skin. So our body said, well, let's clean this too. And we really experienced that this year. So it was pretty fun. One of the other things that I love with the dandelion root is it inhibits bacteria and fungus in the body. And fungus could be like a Candida albicans type of thing. So really, really great. It's a great detoxing herb. When I was a little girl growing up in the prairies, my mother used to pick dandelion greens first thing in the spring and throw them into salads for us as a spring tonic. And dandelion, by the way, grows in every single country all around the world.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
So we're you know, with Sunrider, you can only get the root, but like Trudy's saying, if you can get unsprayed dandelions, then it's awesome to use the leaves and use them in a salad or stir fry, sort of with onions and olive oil. Apparently, I haven't done that, but apparently that's good.
I would only do the very tender ones in the spring. It's so bitter. It is a bitter herb.
Yeah.
And the root is even more bitter. And that's why it's so tonifying for the liver. And it really does nourish it really, really well. I didn't know all the other properties of it until I started to really research it. Now, I will tell you that the Sunrider Dandelion is very, very concentrated. It takes 7 to 10 pounds to make 1 pound of this. So you're eating a very, very concentrated dandelion. You want to go in and nourish that liver first thing in the springtime, get it toned, get it working properly. Your body's going to cleanse anyway. Every single one of us goes through a spring cleanse. So you want to support it. And there's other things that you can support it with. Diana, I'm sure you don't just have dandelion root. What else do you have with it?
Oh, well, I just have the basics. Quinary, New Plus, Calli, Fortune Delight. I've used the slim caps on occasion, which also are really good for skin cleansing. We can't get those in Canada, so I don't use those as often. But you do, right, Trudy?
The slim caps?
Yeah.
Yes. If you're a U.S. person, you can order them in the States. It's fabulous to do like a 10-day nice, gentle cleanse on the body with having slim caps. It's an excellent thing to do. Yeah. Right. One of the other things I do, I don't know if you can see me on here, I see a little phone symbol in the middle here, is I have the Vitadophilus every single day. So you're putting your probiotics back into your body to bring that healthy balance into the body. And I eat those every single day. I have for a long time.
Awesome, Trudy. And those, I know people have immediate results with that. I seem to be blessed with a really amazing digestive system, so I don't need them that often, but I always have Vitadophilus in stock. And if I've got some gas or something like that, like it works within 15 minutes for me. One package. So, but of course, if you can, then having one a day is actually really beneficial. And is that what you have? Is one a day?
Vitadophilus, I eat at least one a day, sometimes two. Yeah. And because I was on antibiotics for probably almost 15 years solid when I was really, really ill, various antibiotics, I just won't go a day without my probiotics now. I figure that, all the damage that was done to my digestive system throughout those years, it may take me for the rest of my life to really bring my digestive system back into really health. Now that it's working really well, I don't want to mess up something that's working really, really well. So I just continue to eat them.
Fabulous.
So I really love it. Dandelion root, Diana's got a really neat printout here that is it okay if I read it, Diana?
Yes, please do. I didn't.
Dandelion root is known as food for the liver. Very important. Our liver's got 500 jobs to do every single day. So you can imagine how busy it is. It would be like the busiest housewife in the whole world. And when you put in coffee or garbage food, you've given it 501 jobs to do. So it's not very happy. And so dandelion root is food for the liver, very high in calcium and other nutrients. And some herbal texts mention dandelion's ability to aid skin problems, hence probably why my husband and I got a whole new layer of skin this spring. And boy, does it ever look good.
Yes.
It helps to detoxify poisons and toxic waste in the body and acts as a tonic to the stomach. Dandelion is a natural source of protein and is very high in vitamins A, B, C, and E. It is rich in potassium, calcium, and natural sodium, and with some phosphorus and iron. Dr. Chen extracts 4 to 7 pounds of dandelion to make half a pound of dandelion concentrate, really concentrated. If anybody's ever tried to weed them out of your garden, you know, you can't get rid of those suckers, can you? The root always breaks off. Early in the springtime when our garden is really soft, I've actually pulled dandelions out of the garden that has a root 4 feet long. So you can imagine the nutrients that it's pulling from way deep in the soil and how rich it is for our body. Yeah.
That's amazing, Trudy. So another thing we wanted to cover is that I didn't send this out with the newsletter, but I will afterwards. A comparison of medicinal cleanse and nutritional cleanse. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people do cleanses like with Cascara sagrada or senna, and those are not good herbs to use. Those are very different than the Sunrider herbs like the dandelion root, and everything that we are using in Sunrider, all the herbs actually improve your body functions, help regenerate and strengthen them so your body can do the job it was supposed to do, which is to cleanse and to be nourished and balanced. So with substitution, what happens is that body functions are weakened and it forces the body to cleanse. And a lot of people clean house once a year in the spring, or a couple of times a year they'll do a detox or a cleanse. So with Sunrider, with regeneration, your body functions are strengthened, not weakened. It nourishes the cleansing cells, assists the body's natural cleansing process, and we clean house daily. So it's so it's just in a league of its own. Sunrider Calli and Fortune Delight are a gentle cleanse, so it's like taking an inside shower. That's how we've worded it often, and we use it daily. The side effects are more energy, clearer thinking, more balanced, adds essential minerals and antioxidants, and there's no dependency, except I think I am dependent on it. And it strengthens and assists the body's natural cleansing process. Whereas something like Cascara sagrada and senna, which you would buy in the health food stores, are medicinal herbs. So they can be harsh, irritant as laxatives, and they should only be short-term use. The side effects are you can actually lose potassium, muscle weakness, malnutrition, cramps, diarrhea, and there can be a laxative dependency. Your body starts to rely on that because it's not being strengthened and using its own processes for cleansing. So it's forcing your body to cleanse. So we just really wanted to cover those points. And then Trudy had some ideas and some information about cleansing, what might happen.
But I like to keep it really simple. Mm-hmm. And said, you know, our liver is a huge detoxing organ in our body. And every time we nourish it to work better, it gets stronger and healthier. But when Diana's talking about the cleansing, one of the things with forcing a cleanse of the liver, you've forced it to work harder. And just like that person that has 500 different jobs to do today, you've now put another one on them and they're tired already, and so it's like flogging a really tired horse. Now, why would we want to detox the liver anyway? Think about it. Most of us are not putting the proper nutrition into our bodies to keep them really, really healthy, and the consequence of that is our liver gets really toxic. So if you're eating Sunrider foods on a regular basis and you every day are having that internal shower with your Calli and your Fortune Delight, your liver is going to stay a lot healthier. So you don't have to do the detox because you've already been doing it on a continuous basis of supporting and nourishing the cleansing cells of your body instead of forcing them to cleanse. So that's sort of what I wanted to cover here, Diana. I think that, I don't know how long you wanted your call.
Yeah, no, I think this is perfect. That summarizes it really, really well. And I would be very happy to open it. It's been 20 minutes, and so I would be really happy to open it to anybody's questions. You can unmute yourself if you want to ask a question, and we'll be happy to answer to the best of our ability.
Or maybe someone on this call has had an experience with dandelion root. We'd love to hear from them too.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Terry or Gail, do you have, or Deborah Ann, do you have a story? I don't know everybody on here, but if anyone has a story. Gail, do you have a story?
Well, I just had a lady that started dandelion root. She had a couple of liver spots on her hand, and she opened up 3 capsules of dandelion root and dissolved it in a little bit of water. She did that the following morning also. She did it on an empty stomach, and her 2 spots disappeared on her hand.
Wow.
So it's good to take it early in the morning before you have anything in your stomach in the morning, the dandelion root. But she chose to take 3 twice a day. I mean, 3 one day and then 3 next morning again. So.
And it was that quick that it was.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fascinating.
So I don't know. It just seemed to have disappeared for her.
Wonderful, powerful.
And Trudy, where was the skin? Where did you find your skin?
Everywhere. Like not on my scalp, but even my face, everywhere, from literally head to toe.
And was it just falling off of you?
It was like sheets of dead skin coming off and this beautiful pink healthy skin underneath.
Really?
And really. And if it was just me, I would have gone like, oh yeah, I do interesting cleanses all the time. My body seems to do interesting things, right? But it happened to both of us.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, oh my gosh. Like we were using a brisk towel and a really brisk dry rub down before a shower just to get rid of some of the dead skin. And it was painless. It didn't hurt or anything. It was just flaking off.
Oh,
and
goodness.
So I thought it was kind of an interesting, very vivid example of how the body regenerates itself with the right tools.
Yeah, well, it's concentrated so much, that dandelion root.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing. I'd recommend people start gently with just 1 a day for a couple days.
So you would have to buy 7 bottles of this in the health food store, and it wouldn't have the same qualities because ours is not irradiated or fumigated, and most herbs that you get, you don't know it, but they are fumigated or irradiated because if they bring them into the country, Dr. Chen does not have to do that because he brings them in clean, and the government knows that, so he doesn't have to go through any of that process. So pretty powerful. Okay, well, thank you. If everyone is complete, this has been an amazing call. Thank you so much for co-hosting, Trudy, and love you. Thank you, everybody, and have a healthy and happy week.
And we'll see you all at convention this summer, hopefully.
Yes, we'll be there end of the last day of July and early August. I can't wait. That's going to be very fun.
Me too. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.